everyone. Welcome to this Monday edition of This Day. It is March 25th. I'm Michael Taylor. Glad to have you with us today. It's been a beautiful day. Thankfully, the rain is over for this weekend, and we're going to have a great week. I might have some rain next week, but hey, let's enjoy this week while we're at it. Let's take a look at what we have on the show today. It's going to be a good one as well. The Republican clubs here, Ro Kendall and Pat Mincone, are going to be talking about a couple of upcoming speakers they have at their next meeting that's coming up. And Heart of Rock and Roll, Huey Lewis in the News. Remember all those great songs from the 80s and 90s? Well, there's a tribute band coming to the pack, and we want to tell you about that a little later in the program as well. For now, we want to keep you staying informed, and this one's kind of a safety tip for all of us here. You know, Clubhouse 1 is going under those renovations, and as a result, there's a lot more traffic here at the community center, as a lot of groups are coming here. People are using the gym here. People are using the facilities here. So we've had a lot more traffic in here. Just a little safety thing, let's keep the traffic a little slow. When you're going through the lot, make sure you're going only 5, maybe 10 miles an hour at the most in terms of that. I go through this lot as well, so I have to do the same thing and watch out for people, and people watch out for me, hopefully. So that's a little safety tip. Wanted to put that out there for the community center traffic and parking here. We'll just keep the speeds low and keep everybody safe. Thank you very much for that. Let's take a look outside at our weather today. Beautiful sunny skies this morning if you're watching our 9 a.m. show. It's going to stay that way for most of the day. Mostly sunny today. 63 degrees is the high. We had that cold weather come through here, and it's leaving some cold air behind it. So not going to warm up too much today, but we do have beautiful sunny skies. Then tomorrow, partly sunny. We get into the mid-60s and so. We have a big marine layer. This is not really a storm, but this is on Thursday. We're looking at the marine layer really thickening up and kind of really staying kind of cloudy for us for the whole day, maybe even some morning drizzle as a result. Then we switch over to sunny for Friday. So we got a little bit of a mixed bag this week, but the temperature should be pretty nice. Most of the days are going to be pretty great. So get out there and enjoy the dry weather for the week. Let's take a look at our sunrise and our sunset. Spring has sprung, folks. You know, this is the time when the little ducks come out of their eggs and the hatchlings are going around following mama. I live over by El Niguel Country Club, and we have the ducks there doing their nesting right now, and the ducklings should be out there pretty soon. Sunrise this morning was 6:47 a.m. Sunset tonight is going to be 7:07, and we want to thank Mark Rabinowitz for this picture that he sent us of the ducks trying to cross the street. If you'd like to send us a picture of ducks or pets or places, sunrises, sunsets, you can do that very easily. Email us at lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com, and we will use your picture on our sunrise sunset segment. Okay, here's a treat for you. No meetings for today. When we come back, we'll be talking to the folks from the Republican Club. Stay with us.
The Salvation Army Orange County is proud to be a leader in providing comprehensive care to families, men, women, young adults, seniors, and veterans in Orange County. Our shelters provide food, clothing, counseling, housing navigation, and job training. We also provide care through rent and utility assistance, food pantries, anti-trafficking services, adult rehabilitation, and youth programs. Donate today to help families in need and empower individuals towards self-sufficient life.
Hi, welcome to Pacific Financial Planners. We focus on income replacement for your retirement. We have over 3 decades of professional money management experience. We personalize a plan that's right for you and your family. You only get one shot at retirement. Don't you think you better get it right? So give us a call for your free consultation. We can do this over the phone, via Zoom, or in person.
If you're driven by an adventurous heart, you're in luck. The 2024 Subaru Outback shares your spirit. With standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and up to 32 miles per gallon. Plus, 97% of Outback vehicles sold in the last 10 years are still on the road today. The 2024 Subaru Outback. Go where love takes you.
Irvine Subaru. Buy online, just come in to sign. Get 2 years complimentary maintenance included on all new Subarus.
At Freedom Village Assisted Living, we provide loving care and support when your loved one needs it most. We believe in laughing more and caring more. Dining will be an experience, not just a meal. We offer opportunities to create new memories. Your family will feel like they are part of our family as we work toward creating an extraordinary difference in lives worth living. To schedule a tour and complimentary lunch, and for more information, please call us at 949-340-8108 or visit our website, freedomvillage.org.
Ready to hear the good news? From teaching others how to use their iPhone at the Mac Club or volunteering at the History Center, our community saves thousands of dollars. And there's more. The special volunteer luncheon happens because of sponsors. Recently, it was Memorial Care, Ivy Living, and Freedom Village that stepped up to help offset the cost. These are just a few of the many good things that happen in your community. Help be a part of it and volunteer today.
And welcome back. It's time for politics. It's time for elections. We've got policy to discuss, and helping us do that are going to be from the Republican Club, Ro Kendall and Pat Mincone. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
Welcome. You're welcome.
So you guys, you're just banging the table today.
I have to move a little bit.
There we go. Okay, we got a little adjustment there.
Thank you.
Little pregame adjustment. All right, we're ready to go here. So you guys have from the president of the California Policy Center. You have Will Swaim coming in for your next speaker, your next meeting. Tell us a little bit about Will. I know Will from way back. For folks who watched Real Orange back in the day with Ed Arnold and Ann-Police, they'll remember Will Swaim from the political show that we used to do with him.
That's so neat that you know him.
Sure.
I've known him too for about 10 or 11 years now. He's a great guy. I'm going to read his bio, Michael, because it's so good, and can't memorize it. Will, he was a journalist for nearly 3 decades. He began by covering international business in 1990. In 95, the Village Voice and the LA Weekly hired him to launch OC Weekly, the first and still only alternative weekly in Orange County. He was more recently editor of Watchdog.org, a national network of state-based investigative reporters, and vice president of journalism at Watchdog's nonprofit parent, The Washington. It's based at the Franklin Center for Government Public Integrity. That's a lot to say. Will graduated summa cum laude in journalism and with honors in theology from the University of Southern California. He earned an MA in history from UC Irvine, and he was a California Regents Fellow. Also, lastly, with the California Policy Board member David Bonson, he hosts the National Review's weekly radio-free California podcast.
There you go.
And also, I want to just say the California Policy Center is a nonpartisan organization. And the main issue that they are trying to tackle is parental notification.
Okay. Now, I've known Will for a long time, and he's just an interesting guy, and he has just a plethora of knowledge in terms of, you throw any subject at Will, and he'll have something to say about it. So he's an interesting guy.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. So what decided to make you have him come in and be a speaker for you?
Well, I've known him for many years, and my husband was one of the founders of CPC.
Oh, okay.
And we just went to an event recently, a couple events in the last year, and heard him speak. And I just said, I'd like to have him come. I think it'd be good for our villagers and our members to know who he is and how he's trying to. They want to recreate. They want to restore the California dream with their policy.
Okay.
So
I'll tell you, he's the guy to come see. If you guys are going to come see a speaker at the Republic Club, Will Swaim is a great one. I endorse, whatever he has up there to say. He usually has something interesting to say. That's for sure.
Well, that's a great endorsement, Michael. We look forward to it.
There's more.
And there's more. You also have Nick. You have Nick. I'm not going to try to say Nick's last name, but you also have Nick coming into your event.
Nick. And he is Nick Vanden Neuvenhoff.
There you go.
I think I did well. Okay, and he was one of the original employees with Charlie Kirk at Turning Point USA, and he's focused more on youth and the colleges, and they have programs where they try to identify and find the leaders of tomorrow in the state of California. So they're working with the college campuses, and I'm just excited. He's youthful. He's a director of this organization, and I'm very excited to have him also be there with the older, more seasoned, and the newer, more current kind of energy that he will bring. So.
Do you get the general kind of sense that the youth, and either both sides of the aisle, are more invigorated or maybe less invigorated, less excited about politics, or is there a frustration level, or is there maybe more enthusiasm? What's your sense of it? What's your take on it?
I think we're going to see. I'm looking forward to hearing how things are. You know, things have changed so much over the last 20, 30 years than when we went to college. I'm even older than you, so things are always changing. But I think these young people, with how things are happening in our world today, I think they're realizing, some of them, when they get out of college, they can't even find jobs. So I think we'll see. I haven't talked to many of these young people, Michael, so that's why we want to have them.
See what's going on.
Yeah.
Now, I remember when I was in high school and in college, there was a Republican club and a Democratic club, and those they were kind of, they'd get up and do some policy stuff, they'd talk and those kinds of things.
Right.
There was definitely enthusiasm behind it, but it was never something that was swept the campus in terms of where we were at. So it was always kind of maybe almost like a niche or something like that.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see, or learn about, what is the future, because it's important to have that leadership kind of coming on the rise on both sides, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of what we say is indoctrination happening over the years. I mean, you go to college, you want to be able to think liberally, you want to think independently. That's what liberal colleges were, to help you think. And nowadays, the kids, they're saying there's a lot of indoctrination. So the kids, they want to have the freedom to express their views and to delve into that.
Well, I also know that the Institute had a win in Long Beach State, where they actually were able to promote and get nominated and elected the first conservative president in 12 years of the student body there. So that's very exciting. So maybe there are changes coming.
Yeah, you never, the pendulum swings
I was
both
just going
ways.
to say, I know, you're right.
It's amazing to see how things go over the years, and even California's elected a few Republican governors over the years. So
That's right. That's right.
In this state that seems to be very liberal, there's still some open-mindedness about what can happen there. You guys have a petition you also want to tell people about when they come to the meeting. Tell us a little about the petition and what that's about.
Well, we have a petition. It's called "Introducing a statewide ballot initiative in California to protect the children." We want to get this ballot on the November. This initiative on the November ballot, and it's the Protect the Kids California Initiative. There's 3 points, Michael. First, it requires schools to notify parents if their child requests to be treated as a different gender, and requires parental consent before a school socially transitions a child. That's one of the points. The second is protect girls' opportunities, safety, and privacy by ensuring school sports programs and facilities are segregated based on biological sex. The Riley Gaines issue with her as a champion swimmer, and she had a transgender person who would beat her, and we want to prevent that. We want the sexes separated. And the third is prevent children from using puberty blockers, cross-sex hormones, genital surgeries, and mastectomies that lead to irreversible harm and sterilization. So those are the 3 points. And this initiative, it's registered voters in California are in strong support of all these issues. So we think it'll be successful. We just need to get about 850,000 signatures.
Is that all?
And that's all. And we're going to be we're bringing this petition to our meetings and to other events in the village. So hopefully by the end of April, we'll get a lot of petitions to add to the statewide ballot.
What are some of the other things you guys are doing in the Republican Club in terms of getting out the vote or make awareness about the general election, those kinds of things, as we work towards November?
Yes, we're starting now.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I mean, we've been doing it, right? And I know our Democratic friends are doing the same thing. Just try to get, people, you mentioned the last time we were on, are people getting kind of apathetic? Or So we want to encourage them that every vote counts. I mean, sometimes people lose by 5 to 10
Right, and we saw that certainly in the last election in terms of just the slight margins in states that made the difference, right? And so it can make a big difference.
Yeah, so we always encourage that.
All right,
yeah.
so folks, Will Swaim's going to be at the next meeting. When? Oh, I don't know if we set a date for it. Did you guys?
Yeah, April 5th.
April 5th.
April 5th. It's a Friday, and it's from 11 to 2. Our first half hour, 11 to 11:30, is social hour, and the meeting starts at 11:30.
All right,
so we
folks,
hope you'll all come.
Get out there and see Will and get the Republican Club. Should be a great event.
Yeah.
Ro and Pat, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you,
so
Michael.
much.
When we come back, we'll be talking about a tribute band for Huey Lewis and the News coming to PAC. Stay with us.
Hi, my name is Gary Russell, and I recently have moved to Laguna Woods Village. At Live Smart Technologies, we specialize in 3 things: home automation, simple security systems, and home computer networks. We are knowledgeable, very affordable, and genuinely want to help you. In the coming weeks, we will be talking more about how these amazing systems can benefit just about everyone. We provide free estimates and will schedule an on-site walkthrough at your convenience. Give us a call.
Your body is made for work, play, and adventure. All the things that make life amazing. But when pain gets in the way, turn to Hoag Orthopedic Institute to get you back to doing the things you love. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, we're experts at getting you out of pain and back to golf, running, or yoga. Whatever makes you, you.
Achieve a level of comfort you've never known before. The Daydreamer will take you through smooth movements and guide you effortlessly into your favorite positions. Adjust the power pillow for ideal support for your head and neck. This and our positioning technology allows for infinite relaxation. Lay back in zero gravity while watching TV and put your body and mind at ease. Lift your spirits and find your favorite daydream. Contact your local Golden retailer today.
Welcome to OCI Care, Laguna Woods' premier laser and premium cataract surgery center.
I just wanted my cataracts removed. It was pain-free. I was so impressed because I was so frightened to have it done. After surgery, I was able to use my eyes immediately. It was a miracle, really.
It's just been wonderful to be able to see everything. It's even better than he said it was going to be because I saw instantly.
Harder rock and roll, Back to the Future, all sorts of fun stuff about Huey Lewis and the News. Well, let me tell you something. Our next guest is keeping that harder rock and roll alive right here in Orange County.
Yep.
Want to welcome Roger Langdon to the program. And you are the front man for Huey. Tell us a little bit about the origin of that.
It's a pretty interesting story. So back in 2012, 2013, I've been in bands for many, many years, and I would kind of try to sound like an artist. So if I was doing a cover of a song by Bruce Springsteen, I'd try to sound like it.
A little more gravelly,
a little bit,
more whatever.
Yeah, kind of a vocal impression. So one person mentioned I kind of sound like Huey Lewis. Another one said I kind of looked like him, maybe not as much as I might today. But so it just kind of morphed into that. We kind of thought, let's do a tribute band, which was becoming a really big thing over the past decade or 2 decades. So it kind of became a thing that just took off for us.
Yeah, and you know, Huey Lewis, it's kind of funny. I remember they had Do You Believe in Love and a couple other hit songs. Then the Harder Rock and Roll came out, and then Back to the Future pretty much at the same time, right? And they just blew up.
Yeah.
They went crazy like in 1985, 84 or so. And it was just nuts. I was in high school at the time. I remember you couldn't turn on the radio, and within 10 minutes there was a Huey Lewis song on the radio.
They got about as big as you can get for a good, like you said, a 3 to 4 year period. In '84, everybody owned, you know, the sports album by Huey Lewis and the News. They owned Born in the USA. They owned Thriller.
Right.
And probably Madonna's album. Those were like the albums everybody had. So, yeah, it was the second biggest album in '84, right behind Thriller.
Yeah.
Nobody was going to beat Thriller. So it was a battle for second place, and Huey won that battle.
Sport, that's right, Sport. Well, I remember that now. Yeah, that's the name of that album. And so When did you first discover Huey Lewis? I mean, were you just a fan coming up along the way?
Yeah, I mean, I was in high school when sports came out and Huey Lewis started and MTV started.
Right.
And they were big with video and really just had fun with the whole thing. They never took themselves super seriously. So right in my wheelhouse, I was prime audience for Huey Lewis and the News.
Now you have a performance coming up here at the Performing Arts Center. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we're actually very excited because we're returning. We're not to the Performing Arts Center, but to Laguna Woods Village. We played here back in 2019, had a fantastic time, and so we're really excited to be back. It's going to be a great show. Every hit by Huey Lewis the News is going to get heard. If you're a fan, you're going to know all the songs. But we also do a lot of covers because they did in their shows.
Oh, okay.
So even if you're not a huge Huey Lewis fan, you're going to hear songs by other artists that Huey Lewis used to cover as well.
Now you had the opportunity to actually meet Huey Lewis, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about that story.
Many times. So yeah, it happened actually pretty early on. We were doing shows for maybe a year or two, put some videos out there on YouTube and stuff, and then a wife of one of the founding members of Huey Lewis the News emailed us. And this was only a couple of years in, and I was, she kind of said, "Do you ever play in Minnesota?" Because that's where they lived at that time.
Okay.
And I said, "No, but we'd love to come out there. So if you know a venue, let us know. We'll get you a T-shirt." So she emails me within 5 minutes saying, "Well, I'm actually married to the keyboard player, and they really love what you guys are doing." And that we were way rougher a couple of years in than we are now. So we really appreciated it. Since then, we've become friends with them. Her husband, the keyboard player, Sean Hopper, lives in Minnesota. My wife is from Minnesota, so when we visit my wife's family, we visit with them. They came and saw the show just a few months ago in Nashville.
Fun.
And
what's that like, though, being in front of a band member from the original?
It was a total surprise. It was probably better that I didn't know.
Okay.
So I looked down and to the left in the front row, and there he was sitting there, and I said, "That looks just like Sean Hopper." And I went, "Oh, that is Sean Hopper." It was a great show. I asked him after the show, he's seen videos, but he's never seen it live. I said, "What'd you think?" He said, "Well, I have stood behind and played behind Huey Lewis for almost 50 years. He goes, "You look and sound and move so much like him. It was creepy."
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it was a great endorsement. It really just kept us pumped to do this. Now we do it more out of respect and wanting to keep that music alive because we know the guys now.
Right. Well, speaking of live, we have a video. So let's take a look at we're going to take a look at the video real quick and then come back and talk about what it's like being on the stage.
Absolutely.
Tell 'em, boys.
That's some pretty good stuff. Not only are you doing the music and you're doing it fantastic, but you're playing the part. You're wearing the outfits people remember from the videos. You're doing his moves up there. I mean, this is it's not just a vocal impression. It's a body impression, right?
As I said, tributes have really become a thing over the last 10, 15, maybe 20 years. And not knowing the tribute world before, and I just kind of dove in, I never thought not doing it all the way was not an option.
Okay.
So we kind of went, we're going to go all the way. We're going to do a full-on impersonation. And so my frame of reference was the Elvis impersonators. I was a kid. And those guys took it serious. Now, there was a lot of corny guys out there.
Yeah, they were corny, but they were legit. They had the outfits. They were on the stage. They were doing the moves.
Yeah, and when one guy could really nail Elvis's sound and look, that guy became pretty well known. He went to the front of the line there. So we thought that's the way to do it. We need to do this legit. I need to fully go with the outfits, not wear a wig, grow the hair out, get it the color closer to his, try to be as authentic as we could. Yeah.
Okay, that's amazing. Tell me a little bit about your band. You have some legit guys in there too. It's not just you. I mean, you're doing a great job, these guys are some performers in the background.
I'm now officially the weakest link in this lineup at this point. So, the band started with a lot of local guys, and after a while, the news spread that there was this really quality tribute band, and what we found out was musicians really like Huey Lewis and the News. And so they're very respected among musicians. They really like the music, and so we started to branch out across the country. A couple of our guys moved to Nashville, and so through their network at that point, the word started to spread more. Our sax player, Steve Nieves, who's been with us for about 8 years now, he plays with Jim Messina on tour of Loggins and Messina. So you could see him right now with Jim Messina on tour. Our keyboard player, when he's not playing with Carrie Underwood in Las Vegas or on tour with Carrie Underwood, plays with us.
Okay.
So we've got some pretty heavyweight guys in that band now. So, and they love doing it. They're just a big fan of playing this music.
Yeah, and for those who don't know, Huey Lewis doesn't tour anymore because Huey had some vocal challenges, some medical things that were going on, and he can't really sing anymore.
It was
a hearing thing, right?
Hearing thing, yeah. Okay. He has what's diagnosed as, it's called Meniere's disease. He had lost hearing in one ear back in the 80s, and so he really only had one ear all through his career. And then in 2018, he got diagnosed, and he basically lost the hearing in his other ear. He lost frequencies. He can hear, but he can't sing because he can't hear the pitch, and
he can't find his note.
Exactly.
Right.
So he has very bad days. He has not great days. So yeah, they had to stop touring in 2018. They had been touring for 40 straight years.
Right. It was a nonstop. I remember I'd hear, hey, they're coming to town. They're going to be at the fairgrounds or whatever it's going to be.
Yeah, and so that was a big blow for them as a whole organization. I mean, that was an industry for those guys were an industry and a business, and so the business kind of went away. So we've been really honored to keep the music going.
Yeah, that's what was going to be my next question. What's it like to be kind of carry that on, knowing that they would love to be out there, but they can't do it anymore?
Yeah, that's why I say we've started to. When that happened, and the fact that we got to know them and kind of be friends with them, we really felt, I'm sure we put it on ourselves, they didn't put it on us, but that we kind of want to continue their legacy as much as we possibly can. There's other Huey Lewis tributes. There weren't when we started. There was kind of none. Now there's a few more around the country. Objectively, I'd like to think we're about the best there is. We call ourselves the #1 tribute.
Well, there you go.
One, we've been doing it longer than any other. Two, the band really seems to like what we do, and I think we're doing it very authentically.
Okay. Well, I want to hit it one more time before we go.
Sure.
It's going to be Huey Lewis and the News tribute, Saturday, April 20th at Performing Arts Center, 7:30. It's going to be out there. A great show, as you can see from the videos, folks, and a great front man. Thank you, Roger, for coming in and talking to us today. Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Huey.
Yeah, it's all right. People call me that when I'm at the grocery store. It's totally fine.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
All right, we're going to check on our movie for the week, and it's going to be a good one. We've got Wonka. Wonka is going to be coming up on Monday. It is going to be brought to us by Providence Mission Hospital, and it's going to be at 2 p.m. with subtitles, 6 p.m. without the subtitles. It is the prequel to Willy Wonka, so the origin story of Willy Wonka. Should be a fun one. Make sure you watch it today. And our weather real quick. We've got nice temperatures today, mostly sunny, mostly in the 60s, maybe a little drizzle on Thursday, a little cooler, but mostly pretty good day to get out there have a little bit of a dry out from our weekend rains. That's going to do it for this edition of This Day. For all of us here at Village Television, we hope you make this day a great one.
Welcome to Laguna Woods Dental Care, where exceptional service meets the residents of Laguna Woods. Dr. Mohsen Mahmood is a proud graduate of USC's Senior Dental Care Program and a published author. He has been serving the Laguna Woods community for over 20 years. Located right outside Gate 3, our team of expert hygienists provide personalized care for every smile, ensuring your smile remains bright and healthy. Take a look at our new monthly specials. We are located upstairs, and there are elevators for easy access. Call to schedule your appointment today.